But here's the beauty of matchmaking with investors or buyers. If you can connect with the homeowner, if there is equity, we can do a private sale, and you can put, even with the auction schedule, you can put your foot in the door by getting it listed, getting an offer at play. And, I've tried to convince, I can tell you a real story. I met with a lady 2 weeks ago who was a week away from auction with that proposal. She responded to one of my handwritten cards, and I connected her with a bankruptcy attorney. She had filed bankruptcy before, and his advice to me was get it listed right now. She did not want to. That's a whole nother story, the denial that some homeowners are in. I sat with her on the front steps, long heart-to-heart conversation. She's like, I'm not going to sell my home. I don't want to sign in the yard. I'm not going to move. Where am I going to move to? I said, I'm not here to sell your home. I'm here to help you. However, the attorney's advice was that we get it listed right now. There's 100, in my early estimations, I did not see the interior of the house. It looked like she was probably kind of in a hoard or disrepair situation just based on the outside of the house. However, based on my assessment, it legally was a duplex. I knew I could get a private investor in there that would pay her a fair amount, give her some equity, and probably be willing to do a 6-month to 12-month post-occupancy, lease back, because she does have a real problem, ruined credit, single mom with 4 kids. If we were able to get it on the market, we could have gotten our foot in the door to postpone the auction, showing the bank, because the bank wants to see that they're going to get paid, right? They just want to see that there's a real plan in place that they'll get paid. If you can show them that they're going to get paid, even in the worst situation like that with only a week to auction, I'm quite confident that we could have gotten it, postponed. It's a local bank, and we're not dealing with Wells Fargo or anything like that, because of the equity. This is the beauty of the opportunity here, that this is what I'm trying to share with you in Hack. We have an opportunity as realtors here to match make between buyers, investors who are looking for off-market properties and distressed homeowners who need a solution. If they have,
Susanna,
yeah,
I have a question because you're talking about the equity. I'm in Connecticut. 70% of the pre-foreclosures or foreclosures have equity. I'm seeing homes that are for auction of they're worth 200,000 because we get to see the appraisal and they owe 28,000. It's
exactly,
ridiculous. So how
exactly.
do I reach out to them? So it's like all these points are great, but it's like I'm not exactly sure how, like, should I send like a video presentation? Like, how should I reach out to them? Because like what you said, I'm sure other people are asking. And I actually have started reaching out because I do have investors who want to buy off market. So I'm trying to figure out how to present that so it doesn't look commission like or shark like, but it works for everybody.
Exactly. And we will go over that in the 4 weeks. There isn't just one easy button answer on that. And the hard thing is our voices are drowned out with sharks, just as you talked about. And they are not trusting and approaching them like this lady. She's like, I'm not going to sell. So approaching her with an offer would not be the right way. Approaching with, we'll get into that in more detail. And this is where you're not alone. Every single market, there are homes with equity going to auction. Somehow we as an industry are not connecting with them because we have investors and buyers hungry for inventory. And these poor families are losing their home and their cash. So that is the passion behind offering this course, is exactly that. You put the nail on the head or the cherry on the Coke, however you want to say it. But that's what this is all about, because the traditional sales model is not going to connect with distressed homeowners. So we will work on that. We work on marketing. We'll talk about how to talk to people. And, one of the things that we came up with one of the brainstorms that I had, or realizations, because I quite often, I have profiles that talk about short sales. That isn't the message this year. It's about stop foreclosure. So coming with a solution to stop foreclosure versus I have a buyer, because realize they have all these wholesalers and cash buyers coming at them, and many of them with some really unscrupulous solutions to try to take that equity and leaving them without a solution on their foreclosure as well. So we are going to collaborate and continue to collaborate on that as a group, sort of a mastermind, even after the 4 weeks. This is what I've set up with the Facebook groups and the group on EXP, so that we can, because there's no There's no easy answer, and it is a very different conversation. I don't mean to put you off, but you hit it right at the heart of what the problem is. So thank you. So timing and negotiations, again, when we're working with distressed properties, if you do have to do a short sale, it's very important to coach everyone involved on what to expect. We went over this at a high level. We're going to dive deeper into this in the coming weeks, because this is, I've had, as much as the buyer and buyer agent allow me, I want to when I'm the listing agent, I want to help the buyer agent be successful. I want to have them seen as powerful in front of their clients. Quite often I'll have conversations with both of them together, explaining what to expect, what works, what doesn't. I respect representation. However, I also have had short sales where for some reason the buyer agent felt like fighting me was a good negotiating tactic. For instance, on my luxury short sale that I had, the agent had that approach, and he actually got the file canceled because there was a point in time where we need something signed, and he was like, well, we need it in 24, 48 hours. Well, I'll get it to you when I get it to you. And in that tone. And I'm like, as a consequence, his buyer's offer got denied and we had to start all over again. It wasn't a win for him or his client, but for some reason, I guess he felt more powerful if he could push back against me or something. Anyway, I work very collaboratively, and I suggest you do the same. And as a buyer agent, please understand your listing agent should be your partner. It should be you're working together to get this process through. And, the negotiating model I use is very transparent and open, where the negotiator is communicating with the buyer agent, the listing agent, and the seller. Is all very transparent. So know what, you're going to learn how to coach people on what to expect. Just like with any other situation, it's more critical here. The more you can preempt problems, help overcome objections before they happen, is going to increase your success.